What's going on? So, I've already watched this. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I just want to watch it again and analyze it a little bit. So, let's just get into it. The Riot Games thing. Project L, that funny little thing.
Hi everyone, this is Tom from the Project L team. I'm back with our second promised update this year.
I forgot that
Our
they
last
promised
two
us
updates
another
focused on the
update.
big picture.
It's crazy
We're
to think
a
about. It's
free-to-play
been a whole
tag
year
team
since the last,
fighter
like,
set in the universe
really
of
big
Runeterra.
update.
I know at this point you're probably itching for some details.
Yeah.
So this time, we're going to send the year off right with a deep dive into some of our core systems. But
I'm
first,
happy this is what they're
here's a quick
sharing, to be
update on
honest,
Alawi.
because
We
the core
revealed
systems are
Alawi
what
in our
makes the
update
game
last
overall.
August. Back then, Alawi
Makes
was in the
it what
initial
it's fun,
DNA phase
how
of
much
development,
creativity you can
where
have, whatnot,
designers,
whatnot.
narrative writers, and artists explore concepts for the character's visuals,
Alawi looks dope.
thematics, and overall
I don't
kit
care
design.
too much, but
Over the past
Alawi
few
does
months,
look cool.
the team has taken Alawi from concept to an early playable form.
Yeah,
Alawi's now
fucking
live in our internal playtests.
shit looks sick, to be honest.
Model and kit. What you're seeing here is about 30% complete.
Jinx looks really good.
Right now, the team is focused on fully realizing her combat fantasy as a big body brawler and narrowing in on the mechanics of her tentacle attacks.
So what? Real quick, what he was saying, Ellie, they're still not finalized about what she's actually gonna do, but just showing from right here, just showing like all the possibilities with hitting someone into a tentacle that I assume just spawns behind. That's what it does in normal league. Just having these like natural combo extenders on the ground all the time seems really fucking good. Yeah, see, it just spawns. They didn't do anything special. It just spawned randomly. So just like a random, hey, keep going on your combo, buddy.
Meanwhile,
which means that also on top of that, they'll talk about it later, you could just use it to burst bait, right? So you could literally just have the game do that attack for you. You can jump block while it's hitting and burst bait or whatever their reversal mechanic's called. Go on Mallory, let's go on Raharu.
Animations, sound, and VFX.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Still got a lot of work to be done, and that means it's time to talk about our big update for today, Project L's gameplay.
That's what scares me, and I understand every character, even the ones they haven't announced, are in development and they're working on it and stuff like that. And I'm just saying that, like, they announced this like 6 months ago, and I've worked in the game industry. I've worked on competitive multiplayer games. I understand things change all the time. I get it, but I dislike how uncertain they sounded, or how he sounded about stuff. But I understand they're just trying to say, hey, nothing's finalized, so don't take anything you see as the final result, even though most of it probably will be.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Unconquerable Rivera, game director and gameplay design lead for Project L, and I'm here to talk you through some of our core gameplay principles. We want to create a game where you can have
Darius
fun
looks
right
so
away,
bright.
while also rewarding you for the time you spend.
Real quick, sorry.
We want to create a game where you can have fun right away.
So already, I know they already showed this before, but just going over. So essentially, this is Gatling. What Gatling is when you can go into moves to cancel into other moves. So even at the start of this, they start with like a crouching light kick into a crouching strong hit
right away
into a crouching fierce, or sweep or whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
while also rewarding you for the time.
Just
you
interesting.
spend mastering it. Our dream is making sure our champions have fast,
Is that an
powerful
OTG?
abilities for the time you spend mastering it. Our dream is making sure our champions
That was an
have
OTG.
fast, powerful abilities. Look
So
really
another thing, I'm gonna pause a lot. Heat knuckle, yeah, literally. The anti-air. This game is going to be a lot like Marvel, because I remember early on a lot of the people working on this worked on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the one that no one liked. But also there's a bunch of huge Marvel heads, Capcom fans. Obviously, it's a fighting game. Almost everyone's a Capcom fan. So with all the movement and stuff, definitely going to be inspired a lot by Marvel. So already seeing like that first clip of Echo, seeing the OTG. I kind of dislike that Echo just sits there for a little bit. By the way, OTG stands for off the ground. So it's when you get knocked down, you get picked up back off the ground.
Our dream.
So like, see how he has a whole OTG animation? So that heat knuckle move just naturally puts someone in an OTG position. Since the walls here, we don't fully know how far Darius's heat knuckle or anti-air grab is, or if it really is an anti-air grab, but sets up for combos if they have them in the corner, which is cool.
Fast, powerful abilities look really sick while doing them, and are even more powerful when paired with flexible systems. Gameplay that has quick, fluid movement at its core is extremely important to us.
That is
We believe
the
there are
most
a ton
fun
of
ones to play.
opportunities
That's why I don't
for
like
player
Tekken that
expression and
much.
Mastery through how you move. In Project L, you can walk, run, dash, chain dash, jump, long
The
jump,
movement
and super
actually
jump.
looks so fun. Yeah, I want to say one thing that like I just said, that's actually why I don't like Tekken that much, is because the movement feels so clunky to me. I won't get that much into it because I don't want to start a Tekken war, but it's why I prefer Soul Calibur, because it's so easy to move in Soul Calibur. It's just up, da 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 ba 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 ba, four 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 four. You know what I mean? And it's fun just to move in Soul Calibur. So that is super fucking important. If the game already feels fluid off the get go, you're gonna want to play it a lot more. So it looks fun, especially like this
And on
Ari
top of
movement
that,
right here.
many champions have their own unique air
And
mobility
they
options.
maybe they'll mention in a second.
Putting your champ in the right place.
Maybe
at the
they
right
did they already
time
say
is a
it?
skill that you can gradually get better at.
So pretty much they said you can dash forward, dash back, and then you can chain dash. What chain dash means like you can cancel your dash with another dash, which is really fun and really cool to do.
Over time.
Yeah, the
also
whole
want to
dash down the air with
incentivize action.
Ari.
This means making sure that your offense is rewarding and that your buttons are worth pressing. Plus, we think
I'm
this
really
makes playing
scared.
and watching
This
more
game
exciting.
is actually not going to be easy.
We want you to
'cause
have powerful buttons
I'm gonna
that
be
are useful
honest,
in a number of ways. While also
these
giving you
having
the tools you need
team-based
to
games are
defend
never
against them.
easy.
We have a mix of big, clear defensive options and some more nuanced systems that reward you for reading your opponent's next move. Those are just some of the basics, but I've still got more to cover today.
So much
We were
cool shit,
originally
especially with
developing
Ari's
Project L
movement,
to be a
Ari and
1v1
Echo's
game
movement.
where 2 champions enter and 1 emerges victorious. But around 2 years ago, we made the pivot to a tag team assist-based fighter.
Only 2 years ago. That's actually kind of
Tag
crazy.
systems are deep and flexible, aimed at helping you unlock your creativity.
Yeah,
They
I'm
work
so
in
happy
tandem
they
with
decided
their
to tag
champions,
game. There's
allowing
too many
2
1v1
champion
games
teams to
lately.
take down opponents
It's
together.
actually refreshing that there's
We really
not
felt like it gave
another
us more
1v1
space to
game.
create hype moments where our champions could live up to their fantasies. And I mean, who doesn't love a good team fight?
I've been seeing jokes on Twitter all day about people being like, dude, I can't wait for them to call them champions, ultimates, ganks. When you do a mix-up, just be like, yo, I ganked you, bro. I've been seeing that shit all day. Sorry, there'll be a lot of pausing. Like how they try to sync the music here a little bit. So, right there, I will keep saying this. I'm going to be a broken record by the end of this. My favorite fighting game of all time is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. And this is a 2v2 game. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is a 2v2 game. And I've said it forever. I think BB Tag would have actually been more popular if they didn't name it BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because people heard BlazBlue and it's nothing like BlazBlue. So that threw a lot of people off right off the get-go. So I'm happy that this game will be fresh and unique and people can actually, like, you know, have an open mind and give it a shot. We'll see if it's the same or how bad it is. Obviously, it's not out yet, but this game is so fucking similar to BB Tag. Literally, this game looks like it's BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle 2 with just League of Legends characters, and I am all for it. But the assist system looks just like BB Tag, and I am so excited. So why I brought that up is even right here, they'll explain here in a second. So pretty much, they say it in a second, but every character has 2 assists. In BB Tag, every character had 3 assists, right? So Ari's assist, she'll do a spiral arrow, or not spiral, M. Bison's move, Phantom Crusher. So she enters in with a Phantom Crusher, and then she gets tagged in after the hit. So then Darius has a moment where he's going away, so you can get Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday is when both characters get hit, so you combo 2 characters at once. So he pretty much gets out, but they get tagged in. So literally, that's just everything in these tag games, right? You start the combo with one character, or you use the assist to start the combo, and then you just continue it with the other, you know? Easy way to swap out characters if you need the other one to regen health or whatnot. And then I'm so sad, they probably haven't finished the animation here, but Ari has some rogue command grab from X-Men. Look, she does a command dash out of some hit, right? So Ari has this command dash, then does some command grab, I think. Let me look. Is Echo still in hit stun? No. So yeah, it's either a regular grab or command grab, because they were in block stun. They just exited block stun. So that's really cool. Little reset. Yeah, Jinx has some like dash low, which is sick. Ari's fucking projectile, the obviously this is not the final design, but how many hits is it? Sorry, I'm nerding out. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits. Dude, this game's gonna be so grimy. A 3-hit projectile she can just use whenever. This game is going to be literally the grimiest fucking game, and I am all for it. I probably will not play. They'll definitely add Teemo. Let's be real. I'll catch up with chat here in a bit. So that's the new mechanic. They have a burst, just like Guilty Gear, just like any of the Arc System Software games. They have a burst. So pretty much what that it seems a little different. So what a burst is that when you're taking pressure, or getting comboed when you usually can't use attacks, you can press a button and take a risk to get out of the combo. That's what this is. So they were in block stun and they said, hey, I'm going to use my support character to burst. The only thing that's weird about this game is that in other games you would switch to the character you just bursted with. In this game, they're still playing Jinx, just Darius comes to help. And he doesn't stay for very long. He stays for, well, I guess they don't show how long, but he stays for a bit to get happy birthday or whatever. But I just hope that this game has some cooldown on burst, because if you can just burst during all these combos, this game would be so ass. So we'll see. This is cool. Switch to make it go farther. Kind of looks a little impractical, but it's cool, so I'm happy they showed it off. Oki setup, and then they switched to Darius, which is funny. Yeah, I love that they just showed like the tag system, how cool it can be, especially like this one right here where they switch back and forth between the two characters, showing how much cool shit there could be.
Some of the things you just saw. Your main champion, which we'll call your point, and your assist champion can set up some killer combos using all of our tag systems.
So one thing I want to bring up right there. So again, just like BB tag, you have a combo, then you use your assist, or any team-based fighting game, you then use your assist to continue the combo, right? Look how long Darius stays here. Darius stays here for so long, right? It's not ridiculous, so it gives the opponent opportunity to happy birthday. But just like BB tag, again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Just like BB tag, look, Ari literally does an overhead into just some pressure hit, was able to switch off this attack, right? They canceled. This is what I'm curious about. So they attacked after they switched here. So after you switch characters, the other character do an assist, because usually it's you'd press the attack, then switch, then rush, right? But right there, it was Ari attacked, switched, and then came out with another attack afterwards. And I'm just curious. It'll probably make sense if I got my hands on the game, but it just looks very weird compared to other team-based fighting games.
All of our tag systems.
I don't know. Maybe they special canceled right before they switched. I don't know. This didn't look like it.
And dynamic save. These names aren't locked, so they may be called something different the next time you see them. Assist actions are your bread and butter, and each champion has 2 they can perform from off screen. You can even hold the input to get a charged assist.
Yeah, Jinx looks just like Ruby.
Handshake tag lets you immediately swap between your point and assist champions as long as they're both on screen. When combined with assist actions, it also lets you set up some really powerful pressure sequences.
Dude, this game's gonna be so grimy. I cannot wait. Look at this shit.
Actions, it also lets you set
little
up some
pressure string into an assist to jump cross up, instant air dash, jump. Look how low to the ground the instant air dash is.
Actions, it also
is so fucking low to the ground. Like other games, they'd be like maybe a little bit higher, but you are so low to the ground in this build. And god damn, was that a meaty cross up? I guess meaty's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Sequences.
Holy fuck. And then just like BP tag again, I love the sandwich combos. So if you think about it right here, after we'll finish this.
Your combos as well.
If you think about it right here, right?
Let you set up some really powerful.
They could have switched right before this hit landed. So Ari's crossing up to the right side. If you guys don't know how fighting games work, you have to hold back to block, most likely in this game. So they're holding right now, Jinx is holding right, correct? Then they're like, oh shit, I'm gonna get crossed up, so they have to hold left. So in their brain, they're like, fuck, it's a cross up, I need to switch sides. So if Ari did not hit right here and switched over to Echo, it would go back in front because Echo's on that other side. And then there would be an overhead, and then Echo could go into a low. Does this make sense? So pretty much what I'm saying, they could have done a quick fake cross up into high or overhead low. So multiple things you have to block at once. But they didn't do that right here. I'm just saying.
Pressure sequences.
But it was a possibility that could have happened. And I am so excited for that grimy shit like that. the thing about team-based fighters and why I'm saying I'm kind of scared that people will get turned off by this game, especially if this is their first fighting game. They're fucking hard, man. They're hard as shit. These games are not easy, and this game's going to be grimy as shit. Grimy means like exactly what I was just explaining. This cross-up stuff. You think new players want to think about having to block two sides at once, down, below, overhead, low? No, good players are gonna hop on this game and absolutely shit on people. You know what I'm saying? And then people who've never played a fighting game are gonna be like, I don't know. It literally, like, BB tag is easy. I tell everyone this. BB tag is very easy to play. It's very hard to actually get good at because of that exact reason. Controls are simple, but executing anything against good players is just impossible if you're new. Not impossible, it's just so intimidating, right? And this game seems like it's gonna be the same thing. But again, great for me. I'm super stoked. But I just feel like this is not gonna drop as many people in as you think it will. But I'm happy about it.
These to extend your combos as well.
Must be a block button. I hope
last
not. I would hate
I
that.
Talk about today is dynamic
I love
save,
the grime.
Project L's combo breaker. At the start of each match, you have access to your dynamic save ability. Dynamic save lets you call your assist champion on screen in an attempt to save your point champion. If successful, the results can be explosive.
Oh, did they show that you could just swap in?
Dynamic save, because it can be countered if you're being too predictable.
Yeah, that was weird. So when they blocked it, they just like got hit and
predictable.
They didn't even attack yet. They just instantly went into like a combo state, which is a little weird. Also got them out of the corner, which is really weird, but whatever. But I just hope that you don't have access to that all the fucking time. What they said at the start is that they said at the start of the round you have access to it, so I'm assuming that there's going to be a cooldown. I really hope, because having burst shit all the time is so fucking annoying. It is very, very tedious to have to worry about people breaking your combos all game.
There's still more to uncover about our gameplay, but that's all we're ready to share for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll hand things back to Tom to say goodbye.
Did they actually show anything else? Because I love to just slowly go through the footage and talk more about it.
Sean.
Again, because I'm a nerd.
We're pretty pumped about how things are coming
There's
together,
3 swaps.
and I hope you are too. As always,
I've
let us know
announced
what
your
you think.
packs.
Also, thanks to all the tournament organizers who met with us at EVO last summer.
Cool that they're
Share your
shouting
thoughts,
out, going to
feelings,
locals and
hopes
stuff.
For Project L's community and competitive scene. We're making this game with you in mind, and we want to empower you to keep pushing our community forward. Finally, for those of you out there looking to get into fighting games for the first time, try finding a local scene in your area.
You can get
Fighting
shit on by
games,
me.
like most things are way better when they're enjoyed with friends.
So you can enjoy with
Help the new
friends.
folks out by sharing your links in the comments. Thanks so much for everything, and stay tuned for more next year.
I'm really happy they said that at the end for one reason. If you guys don't know, way in the past when League of Legends first started being an esport, Riot Games drove competitive League of Legends into the ground because they didn't let any college tournaments happen, any outside tournaments happen without a license from Riot, and AK, they didn't give anyone a license, and they would shut down tournaments. So that has been the scariest prospect about Project L. Even with Valorant, you might say that was in the past, but even with Valorant, people can run tournaments now with Valorant, which is good, but still all the biggest tournaments and stuff are invite only. And so what I'm trying to say is that I'm happy that people will most likely be able to run their own tournaments and stuff like that. That's really cool that Riot Games has stopped having to stick up their ass and letting people run that stuff, because honestly that's how fighting games work. But what I'm really scared about is that the most beautiful thing about fighting games is that anyone can go enter a tournament at any time, right? So you could literally buy Guilty Gear today, go to a local tomorrow, or go to some major tomorrow, fly to Chicago, compete in Combo Breaker. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter, right? That's the only scary thing about League of Legends and Riot Games and Valorant, is that all their big tournaments are invite only. So if they're gonna run like some giant tournament, having stuff be invite only is so unfortunate. There's so many stories of some random person from another country showing up to a tournament and just winning. Like even lately with Arslan Ash and Tekken. Arslan Ash, like, obviously wasn't a nobody. They had a scene, but people from, where are they from? Whatever country they're from, they never show up to tournaments, right? Finally show up to a tournament, wins it. You can't have that if things are invite only. Those names that you never heard of from some random place in the world, you can't have that because they can't just travel and compete for no reason at all, right? And that sucks. So that if it is invite only stuff, which makes the most sense because that's how Riot does everything, there's always going to be people that have potential, but they're just stopped right away because there's that barrier of, oh, sorry, you weren't invited, you know? And that kind of sucks, but we'll see how it turns out. Let me catch up with chat, then we'll watch. I'll go over more stuff. I didn't read chat for a little bit. The animations look great. Yeah, they do. You're playing this game right, bestie? Probably for a week, like I did Multiverses. I don't think I've played a game in a while that didn't punish me for backing up. Gonna be 2v2? Yeah, it's 2v2. I hope they have the 2-player thing. I've talked about that a lot. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I really hope that they have a mode where you and a friend can both play and like you swap each other in, because I had so much fun with Street Fighter Cross Tekken that way. I got so many of my friends to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken because of that way, and no fighting game had did it until Multiverses. You could say Dragon Ball FighterZ had it, but it was some subcategory that no one ever played because no one even knew it was there, you know? So I really hope they have like a playlist or something where you and a friend can enter together, because that is the best way to get people in the fighting games or any video game, is playing with friends, you know? I'm with the grime. I'm trying to see someone get happy birthday in this game. Jinx is fucking tall. True. Happy birthday. Yeah, that's when you combo both characters. Can't wait to spam the same button all game. Hey, do it up. That cross up is so fucking ambiguous. Yeah. There's no way there's these bots at Riot block the cross up. Must be a block. There's some really talented people working on this game. I think like Marlon Pie is working on this game, right? And second place. So many top 8s at Evo, so many tournaments won. Really technical player. He plays like the hardest to play characters in almost every fighting game. You know, real talented fella. And then there's more. Like apparently, there's been so many fucking FGC heads that have worked on this game that it's like it's in good hands. Bard and Ivor announcer packs. Ivor announcer packs. This guy lit as fuck. Or yeah, he does look pretty high, huh? Plug your local. Hey guys, if you want to show up to the Portland locals, just type in PDX FGC on Google. A release date? No, dude. That's the other scary thing about this game. This game, they've only thing they've said is that this is still in active development very early on. They even said, I think I might be making this up. I think early on this video with Alawi, they even said like she's only like 30% complete or something. Like
we revealed Alawi.
You know what I mean? Like this game's not gonna come out for a while. For a while.
Narrative writers and artists explore concepts.
Nintendo, nice. Hopefully.
Thematics and overall.
Till 2027 at this rate, Mallory. Yeah, makes sense. True. I bet you're not working on this game, Qeuw. How could you say that? I'm not. I wonder if they'll have a demo next Evo for like Street Fighter or whatever it was. Yeah, I hope they do.
What you're seeing
Did you sign up for the beta, Street Fighter beta? Yeah, I'm already accepted in.
Right now, the team is focused on
also, so I'm already, because I was in the first beta, I'm already guaranteed, but I signed up again for PlayStation.
Mechanics of our tentacle attacks.
Sorry, will you? For this? Of course.
Meanwhile,
I want to play this game as soon as I can. This game looks so good. I can't wait.
She's still got a lot of work to be done, and that means it's time to talk about our big update for today, Project L's gameplay.
Street Fighter 6? Nice. Hopefully more people get in, because it was actually a pretty huge bummer that like nobody got in. I was happy I got in though. Holy fuck. If I didn't get in, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know. I probably would have begged people I know to let me play on their account for like an hour or something. Please, 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 please.
Our core gameplay principles. We want to create a game where
I'm gonna pause even more. So we were talking about the Gatlings here, right?
While also rewarding you for the time you spent.
Anti-air grab into the whole OTG thing, which looks really cool. I love that. Love OTG combos. The one thing I will say, they keep saying they're just trying to make this game fun. That it should be the approach to every game. That's what DNF did so well. They just made the game fun. And hey, that's a video game. That's all people really want is fun. But yeah, already the combos and stuff look fun as shit. Darius looks simple, but the combo routes and stuff just look fun to execute. So we'll see how it feels when you actually play it. But like just like look how much the screen shakes every time Darius hits. Every time Darius hits a single attack, look how much the fucking screen shakes. Look how much hit stop there is in his animations. It looks so cool. Game pauses twice on the hit, the initial hit, then the slam down. Screen shaking. Every fucking hit. It just looks like it looks like it'll feel satisfying, you know? And then the last hit right there, fucking extra shake and extra pause time. You know what I'm saying? It just looks sick.
Gameplay that has quick, fluid movement at its core is extremely important to us. We believe there are a ton of opportunities for player expression and mastery through how you move. Project L,
good approach, because honestly, movement's the most important thing. I say spacing and movement is always the most important thing, and having access to this much movement already means this game is going to be very, very difficult to play, which is great. It feels good. It'll be difficult as fuck to play because spacing is so important. With this much, when you can move this easily, you know, you'll really have to think about what you're doing. Someone could run into you at 1 second, back up out of nowhere, shimmy you, you know?
Run, dash,
and with fucking Echo's mobility
jump,
shit,
long jump,
don't know,
and super jump.
Let's not even get into it, you know?
And on top of that, many champions have their own unique air mobility options.
I want to show one thing. Talking about the grime again.
And on top of that,
so right here, Ari does like, I don't know the mechanics of the game, but Ari does some slow looking overhead, right? So slow, and then this looks like an overhead attack since she's in the air and kicking down, right? So I assume that attack was an overhead. And we already talked about the character switching stuff and sandwich combos. Ari has extra movement where she can go air dash down and towards people. So essentially, Ari could cross up, dash down, land, overhead, switch characters so that you get the block from the other side. The other character hits a low the same time Ari hits the overhead because this overhead's so slow. Does that make sense to anybody? All I'm saying is there's no fucking way on this build there's not going to be unblockables. And because it's BB tag style, they're very fucking easy to set up. In every single team versus game, there's unblockables. Which, again, for casual players sounds fucking horrendous. It's pretty much if you get hit and stuck in block stun, you're going to get opened up no matter what, right? That sounds cheap as shit. It is cheap as shit. It's beautiful because it's cheap as shit. Now, the whole thing is that you just shouldn't ever be in that position to get unblockable. You know? That's the way it's okay. That's the way you look at it to make it okay. You should have never been hit in block stun in the first place.
Putting your champ in the right place at the right time is a skill that you can gradually
I'm just saying, this game's going to be gross, and I'm so happy for it. I will always encourage the grind.
Want to incentivize action. This means making sure that you're...
And same thing, they show this early. I'll show it later. I'll show it later. They show it in the game
also want to incentivize
with this Gatling gun.
This means making sure that your offense is rewarding and that your buttons are worth pressing.
I don't know what Echo does when he like pulls his watch up. Weird. Yeah, there was some like art. I didn't notice this mechanic till now. There's some like fucking guard break shit. I'm kind of blocking it. Sorry, my head's probably blocking a little bit. But look, so OTG into a reset. So they arrow chemied out of the combo, right? They block this. So already they're back in block stun. They land still in block stun, right? That's why her arms are up. If she wasn't in block stun, she'd just be crouching. So there's no air canceling, landing into block stun type stuff. And then Echo does some jump strong attack. And her guard gets broken. And that's what scares me. I hate guard break in fighting games. That looked like a guard break, and I am not happy. And then this went into a real combo. So it's either this attack does it, it's either the Echo's aerial attack
this means making sure that your offense
is a
buttons are worth pressing. Plus,
is some special move that like opens people up, or there's a guard break mechanic. And in a grimy game like this, you do not want a guard break mechanic. But that's literally what that looks like. I don't know, because this attack does not look like a special move that he did. It does have a really long startup, so maybe it is. It did have a very long startup. I don't know. I'm scared.
We want you to have powerful buttons.
Jinx forward walk speed looks so slow.
While also
she's supposed to be like a hybrid zoner, so it kind of makes sense.
We have a mix of big, clear defensive options and some more...
Look at the push block! Holy fuck! This is, like, I know I keep saying it, this is BB tag. Holy fuck. He's off screen. He got pushed back so fast he went off screen.
And some more nuanced systems that reward you for reading
your
opponent's next move. Those are just some of the basics, but
I do like all the hard knockdowns. You know, Okami stuff that looks like there is in this build.
To be a 1v1 game where two champions
yeah, I don't care.
aimed at helping you unlock your creativity.
I'm just trying to look at
They
stuff.
work in tandem with our champions, allowing 2 champion teams to take
So her Qeuw is her super, which is weird. She could have definitely got more off of that. She could have just kept hitting them before it came back. Yeah.
We really felt like it gave us more space to create hype moments where our champions could live up to their fantasies. And I mean, who doesn't love a good team fight?
I love this part. Yeah, I wonder what that command dash is. It looks dope. Yeah, this part confuses me still. It's like, it looks like a planned dropped combo to continue pressure, which is cool, right? So a cool intentional reset. I guess they just slowed down the Gatling attack to make it so it reset, but still weird. And the whole fact that there's a dash cancel mechanic with Ari at least. Yeah, so that, wait, hold up. That's the overhead kick I was talking about. Look at this whole situation, right? Ari shoots a fireball. They're stuck in block stun since they're blocking the fireball. It's 3 ticks. So Ari, 3 ticks before they even start the attack. They do a low into slow ass overhead. So reactable overhead. Right? So let's see. Yeah, they're crouching. They got hit. They got hit by the overhead because they're crouching, right? I'm just saying. These unblockables are gonna be crazy with how slow that overhead is. Holy fuck. Little trap thing's cool. I'm happy it stays on screen even if you switch characters. That's really cool. Adds more creativity to the game. I like in like every clip they just show Jinx getting shit on. I think this is when they show the thing I want to talk about. Yeah, so right here. This is literally the BB tag special that I did. So essentially, this Gatling attack, slow startup, but shoots for a while. Literally, you could just do this from full. You could use assist, do this from full screen. You could hit them with an assist, use this to follow up off the assist hit, then swap characters just to do a combo and get in, right? And that shit is so scary. Some big, long shooting projectile. Even that. Oh, I wonder if you could swap during supers.
Let's break down some of the things you
assist
just saw.
super and then swap, because that laser would lock them down for a long time too.
And your assist champion can set up some killer combos.
Yeah, more about this game not being noob friendly. In team games, you're stuck in block stun for a long fucking time. So you have to block so many cross-ups, overheads, maybe even get put in unblockable, and you just have to sit there and take it for long, long periods of time. That's why they have so much pushback and stuff like that to try to prevent players from feeling like they can't play the game, right? But still, it's going to happen, you know? It's going to happen. So I'm really scared that this will not grab a lot of casuals' attention because of how hard it'll be. But they're trying to make it
but for today,
work.
I want to focus on
BB Tag did it correctly, so
actions,
hopefully they can too.
Handshake Tag and Dynamic Save.
Handshake Tag is such a bad name.
Names aren't locked,
I'm happy they
so
say it's not last or the final name, because Handshake Tag sounds so stupid.
Are your bread and butter. And
I'm gonna HT.
Has 2 they can perform from off screen. You can even hold the input to get a charge assist.
Yeah, so you can like hold it to delay
Handshake
assist
Tag
attacks
lets you
too. That's
immediately
cool.
Swap between your point and assist champions as long as they're both on screen. When
As long as they're
with
both
assist
on
actions,
screen, that's an
it also
interesting
lets
thing
you
to
set up
add.
some really powerful pressure sequences, and you can even use these to extend your
I
combos.
love the sandwich combos. I wonder if it will let you switch back, cause that would be so sick, right?
You can even hold the input to get a charge assist.
Oh, I think I went way too far back. My bad.
Handshake Tag.
Yeah, so like right here. So you switch to Echo from Ari, right?
As long as they're both on screen.
Wait, it's not this part. Oh, here it is.
It also lets you set up some really powerful.
So they use Echo Assist and they switch to Echo here, right? Because Ari's still there for a little longer, for a good amount of time longer, right? I wonder if he could have switched back to Ari. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That'd be sick.
The last tag system I want to talk about today is Dynamic Save, Project L's combo breaker. At the start of each match,
so far, hey, this is early game. You know, the animation stuff are clearly not done yet.
Lets you call your assist champion on screen in an attempt to save your point.
There's probably like a lot of attacks they didn't even want to show because of they're not finished yet.
But be careful about
this stage looks sick though,
because it can be countered if you're being too predictable.
Yeah, that whole like punish system looks so awkward.
More to uncover about our gameplay, but that's all we're ready to share for now.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Yeah, game looks dope. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm very excited. I know I made it sound really bad for new players, but you know, if people are determined to get good at it, you'll get good at it, you know. I'm excited though. This is my these are my favorite kind of fighting games. I always say I having this amount of creativity in a fighting game is what I love. And having grimy stuff for my preference, I love having grimy shit. I will not stress that enough. That's why I like anime fighting games so much because I like the cheapness. I love the cheap shit. I love the 30-second block pressure strings. I have you seen how much I spam Garuda Impact in Guilty Gear? You know why? Because that shit's cheap as fuck, and I love it. All right, I digress. If you're all watching on YouTube, I appreciate you. Hopefully, I open your eyes to something new. Hey guys, check out BB Tag. All right.